Reflections have been shared regarding the draft that involved all 32 franchises, including the Chicago Bears. One question that arises is whether Colston Loveland truly stood out as the number one tight end of this class. Not just for the Bears, which already seems evident, but possibly for most teams. Let's examine that point. Additionally, there's a sense that an opportunity might have been missed on the second day of the draft. First, I want to express my gratitude to all genuine supporters, those who follow us, and even those who don't, but especially those who stand with us. We recently surpassed 123,000 supporters, and we are deeply thankful to each and every one of you. For those looking for daily free content about the Bears, there's still a chance to join and follow along. Now let's return to Colston Loveland. Was he truly the number one tight end in this draft? It's been mentioned that multiple trades were being discussed as teams scrambled to reorganize during the event, and once Loveland was selected by the Bears, those movements slowed down. That suggests he may have been the player many teams were trying to trade up for. It had been said there was some division of opinion between Loveland and Tyler Warren. Perhaps 2 out of 3 teams had Warren ranked higher, and 1 out of 3 preferred Loveland, but this perspective might have been reversed. After all, when the trade stopped, no team seemed interested in moving up for Warren, who was still available at pick 14. Specifically, it was reported that Chicago halted the trade activity by opting for Loveland. There might be a new perspective to consider. If trades died down, it wasn't because teams were pushing to get to Warren. He was right there at pick 14. Reports indicated that the Bears silenced the trade buzz when they picked Loveland. I heard from multiple teams that the reason a trade from pick 3 to 25 didn't happen was in part because Loveland was no longer on the board. If he had lasted to pick 13, we might have seen movement. Even though Tyler Warren from Penn State is a well-known name, Loveland's qualities and potential generated significant buzz during draft week, positioning him as the top tight end of the class. So again, I don't believe it was a unanimous take. It was a matter of style, Warren being stronger and more physical after the catch, Loveland presenting as a more modern, agile tight end. Some teams clearly preferred Loveland over Warren. The intriguing question now is whether most teams did. Perhaps the majority leaned toward Loveland, but even if they didn't, that's not the most relevant point. The Bears preferred him. I believe the NFL's view of Colston Loveland in this draft was higher than that of Tyler Warren. And there are plenty of reasons to support that. For one, the evidence lies in how the trade activity ceased after his selection. Why didn't teams try to move up for Warren if they saw him as equally valuable or better? Clearly, that's not how it played out. Reports linked both the Rams and Chargers as teams interested in trading up for Loveland. The Rams in particular were reportedly targeting a tight end. They eventually selected a player from Oregon. The Chargers moved down, and it's unclear if they landed someone they were targeting. In the end, Terrence Ferguson went to the Rams, and we've been hearing about his recruitment trail. Coming back to the point, did either of them land their guy? I'm trying to recall if anyone eventually made a move. Either way, Ferguson is now a Ram. Thanks to the Chargers staff, though I'm not fully certain they landed anyone of note, Harbaugh had a strong interest in him. Loveland's youth and upside are meaningful here. He's 2 years younger than Warren and represents a more polished, modern tight end. By this point, I've grown to fully embrace the pick. Initially, I thought, okay, I get it, but I might have leaned toward Warren. But after absorbing the full context and understanding Ben Johnson's perspective, I can't sit here and say, Warren isn't good or anything like that. It's completely clear why they made the decision. Loveland fits exactly what offensive-minded coaches want from the tight end position. He's extremely fluid as a route runner. His movement is smooth, and he separates easily, especially across the middle on crossing routes. He brings energy after the catch. While Warren is physical post-catch and tries to break tackles, he lacks the agility of Loveland. His catch radius is impressive. The first thing I noticed watching more tape was, wow, this guy made some incredible grabs over the last couple of years at Michigan. That deserves a spotlight because the Bears had noticed this a year earlier when scouting quarterbacks. When reviewing J.J. McCarthy, Loveland kept standing out on film. He excelled during scramble drills, with McCarthy often leaving the pocket and Loveland becoming the primary target. Loveland showed great awareness in tracking the quarterback and adjusting his route accordingly. When the quarterback rolls right, you've got to move with him unless you're Mahomes or Josh Allen, who can launch it crossfield. Loveland showed excellent instincts in returning to the ball, staying within the quarterback's line of sight and maximizing his catch radius. There were numerous occasions when balls were thrown high or behind him, and he had to stretch out and still make the catch. That trait proved vital to Michigan's offensive success, revealing the strong chemistry between him and J.J. Caleb Williams is a quarterback who thrives at creating off-script plays. He scrambles while keeping his eyes downfield. Loveland has ample experience adapting routes in those situations, proving himself to be a reliable target. As I've said before, he represents the new age tight end, reminiscent of Travis Kelce or Antonio Gates. He might not be an elite blocker just yet, but at 6'6" and 248 pounds, if he adds a bit more mass, he could become a decent presence in that area. Just like Kelce developed into a competent blocker over time. He'll probably never be Gronk, but his ability with the ball in his hands is what makes him so valuable. The focus shouldn't be on him being a dominant blocker. Rather, he should be seen as a weapon capable of catching 75 balls. Maybe not as a rookie, but the potential is massive. He's going to be a mismatch nightmare. Picture how linebackers will try to defend someone like him versus 5'9" or 5'10" receivers. His combination of size and quickness will be overwhelming. There's a very real chance he becomes something special. Considering Ben Johnson's creativity, his ability to scheme players open, create yards after the catch, and design favorable matchups, Loveland fits this system better than Warren. He's expected to score plenty of touchdowns. So if you had to guess, how many touchdowns will Loveland score in his rookie season? Let us know below. As for Tyler Warren, he might fit a different offensive philosophy or support system better. But Colston Loveland is expected to put up a healthy number of touchdowns in 2025. Again, how many do you see him scoring as a rookie? Drop your prediction in the comments. Switching gears, a personal finance app can help identify and cancel unwanted subscriptions while tracking expenses to boost savings. It consolidates all your subscriptions in one place, giving you clarity on where your money goes. For services you no longer need, the app can help cancel them. Its interface provides a breakdown of spending across accounts. It even notifies users of bill increases, unusual charges, or if they're close to overspending. You can also manage basic banking and monitor your credit score. It sends alerts for due dates and automatic payment schedules. Many users have saved significantly by using these features. Canceling unused subscriptions is a key step toward reaching your financial goals faster. Back to the draft. It's been mentioned that during the second round, some teams tried to trade up for a running back, likely Trayvon Henderson. While I admire the player, pairing him with DeAndre Swift didn't seem ideal. That doesn't mean I dislike the pick. It may have been a forward-looking move to replace Swift after this season. Henderson could be a better long-term fit, especially in pass protection. There were rumors suggesting the team attempted to move up 4 spots, possibly targeting Tennessee at pick 35. Tennessee was specifically mentioned, though another team made a better offer to move up and land their guy. Based on past evaluations, Henderson would have made sense. One coach reportedly sees him as a version of a former player. Though he may lack some of that player's elusiveness, Henderson checks a lot of boxes: receiving skills, pass protection, and potential for big plays. That's pretty clear at this point. The team clearly wanted a running back earlier than when they ultimately drafted one, but the trade never materialized. 2 potential targets were selected 3 picks before theirs. In the 4th round, they missed out on players within the first 6 picks before finally selecting at number 7 to open the round. Sometimes the draft just doesn't go your way. A deal falls through and you're left with a 7th rounder who might still offer great value. An analyst noted that while teams are linked to certain players, they usually prefer to see what rookies can do in camp. This is a real opportunity for a late round pick with an intriguing skill set. All eyes will be on him during the upcoming rookie minicamp. That's the immediate priority, followed by OTAs and then mandatory minicamp. The reps these backs get will be key, especially for a 7th rounder with promising traits. It'll be interesting to see his performance during rookie minicamp this weekend. With veterans arriving soon after, practices will intensify, offering a clearer sense of each player's readiness. He's not the kind of player who dazzles in non-contact drills. He doesn't rely on elite speed or explosiveness. His strengths lie in balance through contact, physicality, and vision. While some of that can show up in practice, we won't see full contact or tackling in May or June. We won't know if he can truly evade a veteran linebacker in space until a preseason game. That goes for many other players too. It's worth waiting to see how these guys perform before making assumptions. I agree. It's best to let them get through minicamp and a few OTA sessions before reevaluating the RB group ahead of training camp. But it's tough to fully assess someone like him. When a fast back gets drafted, you know what you're getting. But guys who thrive on contact and field vision need to put on pads to really shine. Technique and playbook comprehension matter. During spring, and if he picks those up quickly, that's encouraging. Still, we won't know how well he holds up in space until the preseason. I'm curious to see how the team handles this. Whether they think their depth is sufficient or if they'll look to sign or trade for another back before or after camp. Again, it's hard to tell how a player stacks up against veteran linebackers. Without seeing it in a live setting, I'm eager to see the team's strategy, whether they stand pat or make a move. In your opinion, what's the weakest position group right now? If you had to single one out, share your thoughts. On the bright side, there's no glaring hole on this roster. Overall, I believe it's well constructed, though some might point to running back due to uncertainty. The starter isn't elite, and safety could be a concern if one key player gets injured. Still, it's a solid roster. It's now on the coaches and players to reach their ceiling. Despite some front office criticism, it's clear there's real talent on this team. Now it's about converting that into wins, changing topics. I've been considering a new segment analyzing the roster using a color-coded system to rank talent levels, from elite players to those on the roster bubble. Many teams use this method to grade talent, marking top-tier performers and reliable backups. I'm working on building this framework, focusing on around 60 players with a real chance of making the team. If this idea sounds interesting to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning turn of events that sent shockwaves through the NFL community, Chicago Bears general manager Ryan Poles announced today the departure of quarterback Caleb Williams from the team. The move comes less than a year after the highly touted rookie was selected as the first overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, ushering in what many hoped would be a new era for the franchise. Speaking at a press conference earlier this morning, Poles addressed the media with a calm but firm tone. After thorough evaluation and extensive internal discussions, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with Caleb Williams, he stated. This organization is committed to building a championship caliber team, and we believe this move aligns with our long-term vision. The announcement caps a tumultuous debut season for Williams, who entered the league with immense expectations following a standout collegiate career at USC. While flashes of brilliance marked his rookie campaign, inconsistency, locker room tensions, and reported disagreements with the coaching staff raised questions about his fit within the Bears system. Despite support from some teammates and fans, the front office ultimately decided a clean break was necessary. Details surrounding Williams' next destination remain unclear, though speculation is already mounting about potential suitors. Several teams in need of a franchise quarterback are expected to express interest, eager to capitalize on the 22-year-old's raw talent and upside. Meanwhile, the Bears face renewed uncertainty at the most critical position on the field and will likely explore both draft and trade options to find their next signal caller. Poles declined to elaborate on the internal issues that led to the split, but emphasized his confidence in the organization's direction. We are focused on creating a culture of accountability, competitiveness, and unity, he said. Every decision we make is with that goal in mind. For a fan base yearning for stability and success, the departure of Williams represents another dramatic chapter in the Bears' ongoing rebuild, one that leaves more questions than answers as the team prepares for the 2025 season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.